Unite the Union refuses to back Keir Starmer on his manifesto for the general election.
How can it be positive when Unite have refused to... Sorry, these are the dangers of these down-the-line interviews. How can it be positive when Unite have refused to endorse it?
Yeah, well, I spoke to Sharon Graham at the meeting. It was a constructive meeting. I think everybody would agree, including Unite, that there's lots in the manifesto that we can honestly all say, hand on heart, will transform the prospects for working people in this country. Obviously, these are always things that we debate in the room. We have that debate, we put forward different views, but we agreed that manifesto, and there was a resounding yes when that was put to the room.
Hi. I'm Jake from Just Jake, and if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the channel and become a member of the channel, because why not? But anyway, Keir Starmer has not got the backing of Unite the Union over his new manifesto, which is to be launched for the 2024 general election. Here at the channel, we are going to cover the general election, and on this channel in particular, I am affiliated with no political party. I am part of no political party. And I wouldn't say despise, but I treat both parties exactly the same. And in the interest of treating both parties exactly the same and giving them both the exact amount of coverage, today this video is going to be all about Keir Starmer and why Unite the Union, one of the biggest unions throughout the entire UK and one that supports Labour financially, or has supported Labour over many years. But they do not support Keir Starmer's latest manifesto. I say latest manifesto, his only manifesto, because this is the first time he's ran. So let's examine exactly why one of the biggest unions in the UK does not support Keir Starmer. Now, we already know that Unite has had a few confrontations with Steer Karma, darlings, with Keir Starmer in the past. They've not supported him on a lot of things because Keir Starmer refused to man the picket lines, refused to let any of his MPs man the picket lines. The thing about Keir Starmer is he's very much a centrist and he's very much a red Tory, and he very much goes wherever the power goes, and he'll follow the votes. You know, and he'll follow public opinion, he'll follow votes. But on the other hand, he's also probably the most integrable candidate out of all of them, because he's actually had a professional career in prosecution, in law. He comes from quite a humble background, and though he's not the most charismatic, the most politically affluent person, he does seem to actually care and have a bit more integrity about him than the likes of Boris Johnson. So anyway, let's go over the article and see what it actually says. Unite Union refuses to endorse Labour manifesto. Unite, Labour's biggest trade union backer, has refused to endorse the party's general election manifesto, saying it does not go far enough on protecting workers' rights and jobs in the oil and gas industry. Union leaders were at a meeting on Friday to finalise the party's 2024 election platform ahead of its launch next week. I tell you what, they should have launched their manifestos ages ago, not just in a week's time. The BBC understands at the meeting, Unite announced that they would not endorse Labour's plans. There is now a question mark over whether Unite will fund the party at the general election. In 2019, so that was under Corbyn, Unite gave £3 million to Labour's campaign. That's because they liked Jeremy Corbyn. Unite's General Secretary Sharon Graham, who does not like Keir Starmer, had previously warned there were no blank cheques for Labour. Ahead of the meeting, Unite told the BBC it wanted to see the end of zero-hour contracts and a complete ban on the practice of hire and fire practices where workers are fired and taken back on with worse pay and conditions. We go into the meeting with open hearts, but girded loins. Who says that? Girded loins. One union leader told the BBC before entering the meeting. The Public Service Union Unison wanted to ensure commitments to improved pay and wage bargaining are in the document. When asked about the union unease before the meeting, Sir Keir said, "We've got a very good package for working people. This is the biggest levelling up of rights at work for a very, very long time. This is about, for me, the respect and dignity that I think everyone should have at work, but it's also crucial to our plan for growth." But Labour has a specific rule, darlings. Party rules, specifically Clause 5, require the final manifesto to be signed off at a special meeting of the Shadow Cabinet, the Parliamentary Committee of Labour MPs, the Scottish and Welsh Labour leaders, the Chair and Vice Chairs of the National Party Policy Forum, the National Executive Committee, and representatives of affiliated trade unions. Clause 5 does not require all stakeholders to agree to the manifesto for it to be valid. The BBC understands there was no formal vote, and party sources say the document was approved by a round of applause. Ahead of the meeting, Sir Keir confirmed to the BBC that the Labour's manifesto will include a commitment to recognise a Palestinian state as part of the process to a two-state solution. The Labour leader said it was important there is a viable Palestinian state alongside a safe and secure Israel. Labour sources have said that the document will be radical on planning for reforms and house building. It also plans to recruit more teachers and police officers to cut net migration. Well, I suppose it's better than the Conservatives. They'll just choose some policies that they've been rabbiting on about for the past 10, 15 years, sign it off amongst themselves, and say that the entire electorate goes for it. Just how they chose Rishi Sunak, basically. You got to give it to Labour, okay? They've got to get it signed off by a lot of people, and plenty of people can disagree, but at least they're a bit more democratic than Conservatives are. I voted for Jeremy Corbyn in 2017 because I genuinely believed in the renationalisation, the abolishment of tuition fees. I'm all for it. Okay, and then I voted Conservatives in 2019 because I believe Brexit was dragging on and Brexit needed to be done, and Boris Johnson was offering the only solution to this because Brexit was essentially stymieing the entire British way of life. And I did later on regret voting for Brexit. That's fair enough. And this time round, I'm not too sure who I'd vote for. Anything but Conservative, basically. That's my policy. Anything but Conservative this time round, because Conservatives are just a bag of wank. They really are. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that Unite the Union are right to not back Keir Starmer's general election? Are right to not back Keir Starmer's general election manifesto? Or do you think he should be given the benefit of the doubt? And let's see what Keir Starmer comes up with. Let's see what he presents to the British public. Let's see if he really means what he's been rabbiting on about all these years. Let's see if he means any of these pledges that he just keeps spitting out on random occasions. Do we give him a chance, or do we go for someone else? Is the fact that Unite the Union, one of the biggest unions throughout the entire country, refuses to back his general election manifesto, is it a bad sign? Tell me what you think. And as always, make love, not war. I don't have one for this. Make love, not war. Because apparently in the olden days, that was Labour's way of doing things. Love to the people. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.